What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. Studying Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at what I'm thinking. Rate cuts are important. As I've mentioned here, rate cuts are important. I already mentioned my theory regarding rate cuts and when the parabolic part of this bull run would start. CME, we're going to take a look at that futures gap, see if it got filled today. It did. And we're going to take a look at the altcoins that I'm interested in right now that are taking my attention. Really, there's just 4 of them right now. 3 of them are gaming plays, and 1 is a meme play. And so without further ado, let's do this. I was just looking at Miggles, trying to figure out what's happening here, if this thing is going to drop down more, or if this is it. If this is it, then I would imagine it does kind of even out and then just kind of play right around here. So maybe I could get it, if I was in it, get a little bit lower in a buy. Maybe someone could get a little lower onto the buys right here. We'll see, or maybe just right here, 0.022. We'll see. Wouldn't be? I'd love for it to come down here, 0.016, and maybe even go even lower. That would be great. I don't know if it's going to do that. Patience must be exercised with these things, guys, and that's really hard. I understand it's really hard. Let's go to Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? You know, so I'm looking at this chart, and it looks to me that Bitcoin has now created this little structure right here, right? Tiny, between 61,200, let's say, and 58,155. Okay, as you can see, clearly it's there. Obviously, that we've had some moves to the downside, but tiny, and some bigger moves to the upside, but we've given them back, and we've come back into here clearly, right? As you can see, it's like a small little version of this, right? Sideways that we've been doing. It's just more sideways, but now it's like more concentrated. I hope you see that. I hope you see that. Now, Bitcoin is moving up today after 3 days of dropping, and here's the bottom part that I also want you to see. Okay, I've mentioned it already. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Right? You do that. This one is even with this, more or less. All right. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't drop down and lose it. But right now it seems like there's a lot of strength right here. There's a lot of buying here. Right, a lot just to keep it kind of sideways or whatever. Market makers probably also influencing, because if they go sideways, they can liquidate longs, and they could liquidate shorts. Right, see that? All right, so within there they can do a little boom, boom, and then bring it right back down, going sideways, which is essentially what it's doing. It'll be interesting to see right now if Bitcoin can break above here. If we only spent 3 days above it and then we're back up here, that would give to me more support that we in September, we're probably going to be much closer to 69. Even if we do stay down here, I think sometime by the end of September, we're going to be much closer to 69. After that rate cut, sometime probably take a couple of weeks for things to start moving up. People get excited. It probably won't something might happen short term, but it might take a little bit more, a couple more weeks, maybe even a month. Who knows? But yeah, after that rate cut, guys. Okay, with Powell and the Fed ready to kickstart a rate cutting cycle. Okay, a rate cutting cycle is huge. Increased liquidity will eventually push risk assets higher. Increased liquidity. That's what it is. Okay, they're going to put more money into the global system, basically, into the system. Okay, we are finally on the cusp of a rate cutting cycle, and that's what I think and what I've mentioned to you guys. Bitcoin is waiting for before it breaks new all-time highs, before it gets to the top part of this huge range of, not a huge range, but of this channel. Right, before it gets up here and it stays up here and it moves on from there. Okay, so sometime in September, I think the 13th, I think is when they make their decision. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That's a Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, I mean, the lower for those, it would be better if it stayed between 61 and 58 for a little while longer for those of us that are interested in trying to accumulate, right? And for those of us that are already accumulated, that already have the positions, then they'd probably like to see it much higher, closer to 69. But we'll see. Either way, it's irrelevant if you're selling sometime in 2025, right? Somewhat irrelevant. All right. But still, so it's a good idea to get to know more or less what could possibly happen. So those are scenarios. We'll see what happens today if we break through. It would be nice. It would show a lot of strength if we broke through 61. And if that was the case, I would venture to say that if it broke 61, then we'd probably try to get back up here, 64 plus 65. If we do that, and we can break past up here, then I can see higher high, higher high, higher high. A new structure is being created right here, guys. A structure is already being created. Now it's just trying to figure out what exactly it wants to do. It seems like sideways here, right? Which would probably be my base case. My second to that would probably be higher low, higher low, higher low. So maybe a move up here to 66 maybe, and then a lower low, a higher low somewhere down here in the 60, 61, retesting this. That could be another structure that it's creating too. All right, just a smaller version of this. Whatever, either one is just smaller versions of this previous big one. All right. So that would mean at some point there's going to be a volatile move up or down. My guess is up. All right. So that's how I see that. Let's take a look really quickly at the BTC CME futures, and that gap got filled. I was talking about this yesterday, and in one day, boom, gap is filled. Okay. Now what happens? Do we turn back around, or do we do what this even shows? Even more higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. So something like this. This is trending up here.Maybe just see this line right here, this white one. Maybe it's just low right here, playing for a little while. Right here, boom, 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 playing for a little while into the middle of September or the rate cut. Then maybe we just start really playing harder on this line or up here. Right? Let's see. We'll take it day by day. Okay, but everything else looks pretty good. DXY, what's it doing? Ooh, a couple of days of green. Let's see if it okay. I don't think it's going to be a big V-shaped recovery. I mean, this is natural, normal for after big drops to have a rebound. All right, let's see what kind of bounce it has. See if it goes any higher, or if it just kind of peeks its head and comes back down, something like this. All right. Okay, and now let's take a look at altcoins that I'm interested in. Megals. I think this is going to do billions in market cap, guys. All right, you heard it here. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, but I don't think so. I feel confident today. All right, so this is on the DEX screener chart. I like this one better. This one, I think, I like this chart better of Megals. All right, see this descending line. We're right here. Could be that this is just a respite, a little bounce before continuation down to 0.016, maybe. Or it could be that we just kind of start going sideways, maybe drop a little lower, you know, and then start moving up. I could see that. I could see that too. I could see something like that too. Let's see. It's still too early. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, let's see what happens later today. Maybe it drops down a little bit. It puts the bottom range in the little wick, and let's see what type of body closes. All right. I don't think it's gonna start coming up really strong. No, not yet. But in the Telegram group, one of the guys in there said that there was a big $1 million buy in Megals that he was watching. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I figured I'd share that with you guys a couple of days later. In the Telegram group, it's paid, so I mean, it's good information, good alpha that they give it to you guys now for free. Megals looks like the winner, man. Looks like a big gem. This one's gonna do really well. Anyways, that's the only meme. And the other ones that have been taking my attention. Let's start with this one, Sinverse, man. All right, I know chart looks like garbage, horrible lately, right? I thought it was gonna be a shoulder. It wasn't. It went close to being all-time lows. If it comes back down here, I don't know. I'd love to have some money to buy like 500,000 or 1 million of these things. Technically, the game is sound. I mean, fundamentally, this project is sound. Okay, this project is sound. It just needs hype. Once this thing gets hype, people are gonna start playing that game, and this thing is gonna explode. 0.003. I'm getting a lot of FOMO for Sinverse. This is one that hopefully it gets weaker. Hopefully Bitcoin stays chopping sideways so that this thing can come back down. Maybe 0.0029, 0.028. Stranger things have happened. For you, I'd look strong at this game. Go talk in the chat. Go look at the game itself. They're coming out with 3.0. These guys are a lot farther ahead on their game than a lot of other projects. And the market cap is tiny, ridiculously tiny. I think it has a lot of room to grow. Right now, I'd be looking at things that can really pump hard, that have hype, and I'd be looking at gaming. To be honest with you, I don't know. I got a good feeling of gaming. Next one, Soonverse, not the same as Sinverse. Remember, Sin is just one game. Grand Theft Auto. Think Grand Theft Auto, and Soon is multiple games. Okay. Tiny market cap 0.006. Still, I mentioned the fight we would try to fight here for a little while. If we can't do it, I'd give it maybe another few days to not be able to break through. And also depends on what the rest of the market does, right? And if it doesn't, then I can see it kind of start turning over and start coming back down. Let's see how low it goes if that is in fact the case. But if we can break through, then I'm looking at a penny. Creo. What else? That was Soon and Creo, man. Creo is actually probably in a really good buy area. Creo Engine. Hey, these guys are legit. This project is tiny, 10 million market cap. The other two are even smaller, but these are the ones that can do the 100x even now. Okay, 0.03 cents right now. Let's see if this thing looks like it might be not even getting close to here, or possibly touching, maybe wick down here. We'll see, but it looks like it now after this pump, it's going to consolidate. For how long? I don't know. Depends what the rest of the market does, but this would be a nice area to start nibbling on a project that I think all of these projects have at least 100x, honestly, have at least 100x potential as far as I see it. Hey man, do your homework. But that's how I see it. I'm sharing a lot of alpha. My analysis on Bitcoin will probably be pretty damn close to what it ends up doing. And the whole rate cuts thing, that's what essentially, as far as I see it, the market is waiting for. Guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel and all that stuff. It really does help. Start subscribing, man. Start tuning in every day, man. My information is good, okay? With all that said, thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.